Hey, what's going on, my friend? It's Jeff Newport from chasingstrength.com. And in today's video, we are going to answer the question or discuss the concept of how to get older without aging quite so much. All right, now let's get started. Personally, I know two men in their late 70s. Both were in the military and both have been married to their sweethearts for over 50 years. And both have multiple grandkids. The first, we'll call him Dan, never took care of himself when he was younger. Working out and recreational sports were intermittent at best. And like many baby boomers and men his age, his docs put him on high cholesterol and high pressure meds in his early 40s because, well, that's what they did back in the mid 1980s. And unfortunately, he's never come off them, and he's just added more and more medications as he's aged, right? And as a result, today he lives in an assisted living facility with a variety of age-related diseases. The second, we'll call him Chris, started working out, doing strength training and some cardiovascular exercise in his mid-20s, and he actually met his soon-to-be father-in-law in the gym. And at age 77, he was still doing chin-ups with 55 pounds hanging from his body. And no, this isn't hearsay. I personally witnessed him doing this while he and I were training together. In fact, most guys in their 20s can't even do that. It's also very important to note, too, that Chris was what we call pharmaceutical independent or on zero prescription meds, okay, at this time when I saw him do this. Now, Chris is an example of what you can do and who you can become with persistence, consistency, and a long-term vision and goal. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How exactly are you going to accomplish this if you want to stave off the age-related diseases that come from getting older? All right. So you will want to focus on what I call the 3 M's. M number 1 is mobility, right? So make sure you recapture and keep full function of your joints and your muscle flexibility, right? So your joint range of motion. And that way you won't get stiff. And then that way you won't lose your ability to get out of a chair or walk up and down the stairs or put your shirt on without pain, right? I mean, those are some pretty critically important things. There are 4 specific areas you can focus on. Perhaps we'll get into them in some other video, but that's beyond the scope of this video, okay? I will point out that your neck is actually one of them. So make sure you take care of your neck. Now, M number 2 is muscle. All right. So what you need to do is focus on training, building up, and keeping your fast twitch muscle fibers, also known as your power fibers, as you age, so that you don't become frail and fear falling. Incidentally, did you know that the number 1 fear of men and women over 65 is the fear of falling? Just an interesting side note. I actually asked my dad this about 10, 15 years ago, and that was his number 1 fear, actually. I said, hey, Dad, what's your number 1 fear as you get older? And he said, fear of falling. Anyway, so how do you focus on muscle? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to focus on lifting heavy, and that's heavy for you, right? The second thing you're going to do is focus on lifting or moving explosively. This is one of the reasons kettlebells are so fantastic, right? Because the kettlebell ballistics help you do that. Swings, snatches, cleans, jerks, push presses. Number 3, or the third point here, is focus on getting enough rest, right? One of the things that happens as we age is we cut back on our sleep. We build poor sleeping habits in our 20s and 30s, and they catch up with us in our 40s, 50s, and beyond. And lastly, the third M here is what we call metabolism. So what you want to do is train your body to burn carbs and fat when it's supposed to do so. Okay, that way you won't store excess body fat around your middle, and as a result, you won't increase your risk of dying early from heart disease or stroke. So how do you do this? The first thing you do is you prioritize protein. Make sure you're getting at least 30 to 50 grams per meal. The latest research says 0.8 grams to 1 gram per pound of desired body weight or goal body weight. And the second thing you need to do is you need to regularly elevate your heart rate. Okay, so do this through forms of interval or repeat training. So remember, at the end of the day, you and you alone get to choose how you live the backside of your life, your silver and golden years. You can live them in pain with routine and unwanted doctor's visits, spending your hard-earned, hard-saved money on copays and prescription drugs, or you can learn and teach yourself new skills and go on new adventures in a still youngish body, mind, and spirit. Now, the good news, it's all up to you. And the better news is it's easier than you think. Me? Well, I plan on finishing strong. Look, if you need some help, some resources to get you dialed in to the 3 M's, I'll leave a few in the description below. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, click the like button, smash the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. drop a comment in the comment section below. And as always, share this with a friend or family member, or even an enemy, right? Who you know could use a little extra help and encouragement. All right. Talk to you soon, my friend. Until then, stay strong.